Good afternoon, distinguished platform guests, faculty, parents, family, and friends of the first graduating class of Chesapeake Math and IT Academy Public Charter School. We are excited to honor our first inaugural class alongside with our first cohort of dual degree students. Please stand and welcome the class of 2017.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Makai Bradley.
And I'm Siani Ward.
And we have the honor of serving as your master and mistress of ceremonies today. Please stand for the presentation of colors by the Bowie High School Color Guard, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of our national anthem.
Please remain standing until the flags have retired. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
You may now be seated. Thank you. Ms. Calandra, one of our dynamic program coordinators, will now come forward to introduce our distinguished platform guests.
Good afternoon again. I am Ms. Calandria, High School Program Coordinator, and I have the great pleasure of introducing our distinguished platform guests. To my right, Dr. Kevin Maxwell, Chief Executive Officer, Prince George's County Public Schools. Honorable Boyd K. Rutherford, Lieutenant Governor, State of Maryland. Dr. Segun C. Eubanks, Board of Education Chair. Ms. Carolyn M. Boston, Board of Education Vice Chair, District 6. Dr. Denise Green, Area 1 Associate Superintendent. Ms. Elizabeth Saunders, Area 1 Instructional Director. Ms. Poquia Owusu Achow, Prince George's County Outreach Director, Office of U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen. Ms. Mary Lehman, County Counsel, District 1. And to my left, Mr. Mehmet Gunez, Principal, CMIT Academy. Mr. Rushern Baker III, the third, County Executive for Prince George's County. Ultimate Petros, Valedictorian, Class President. Carlea Williams Locks, Salutatorian, National Honor Society President. Anfernio Sandu, Student Government Association President. Fatima Cisse, Class Vice President. Makai Bradley, MC. Siani Ward, MC. Dr. Christine Barrow, Dean, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Division, Prince George's Community College. Miss Loretta White, Charter School Liaison. Mr. Ferhat Afsar, College and Career Counselor. Ms. Natalie Gaudet, Professional School Counselor. We are honored to have each of you with us today.
We will now have remarks from Dr. Segun C. Eubanks, member of the Prince George's County Board of Education, followed by special remarks by the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Boyd D. Rutherford.
Well, good afternoon. It is a great day in Prince George's County and a great day for Prince George's County Public Schools. Now, before I begin, I don't do shout-outs, but if I did, I'd shout out Brooke Wilson for her mom, Thea, and I'd shout out Siani Ward for her friend, Yasmin. But that's it, I don't do shout-outs. So to our graduates, their parents, family, and friends, my colleagues in the Prince George's County Board of Education, Dr. Maxwell, our Chief Executive Officer, the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Rutherford, County Executive Rushern Baker III, executive staff, principals, administrators, teachers, and esteemed platform guests. On behalf of the Prince George's County Board of Education, I extend a warm and exciting welcome for the 2017 Inaugural Commencement exercise for Chesapeake Math and IT Academy. Class of 2017, today you are making history. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. Your family is proud of you, your school is proud of you, your community is proud of you. Chesapeake Math and IT Academy, you and your great administration, along with the talented staff of CMIT, have achieved great things this year. The CMIT class of 2017 represents not just the very first for CMIT, but the very first charter school graduation in the history of Prince George's County. Give yourselves a round of applause. CMIT, you are not only the first, you are among the best. I'm sure you'll hear some of these numbers a little bit more as we go along. CMIT, you have a 100% graduation rate. CMIT, 100% of your graduates have been accepted to college. And thanks to the great work of the Information Technology Early Career Program, at least 10 of your graduates have already earned an associate's degree from Prince George's Community College. Graduates, without question, you are ready for college, ready for careers, and ready to take on the world. The mission of Prince George's County Public Schools is to provide a great education that empowers all students and contributes to thriving communities. Thank you, CMIT teachers and leadership, for empowering these students, and thank you, graduates, for the contributions you will make. Now, before I hand the floor over, I want to make just a couple of quick statements about vision and success that I'd like to talk about at these moments. First, a word about vision. Vision isn't just about your ability to see the world around you. It's about your ability to see your future, to envision your success, and imagine how you will impact the world. Walt Disney is quoted as saying, "If you can dream it, you can do it." So your challenge is to dream big, to set a vision for the future and chart a course for where you want to be 5, 10, or even 20 years down the road. But to be clear, vision is essential, but it's not enough. An old Japanese proverb reminds us that vision without action is just a daydream. So graduates, don't daydream your lives away. Set a vision for yourself and work hard each day to see that vision through. Life may be a race, but it is not a sprint. It is a marathon. And as you prepare for this marathon, remember this: beginning today, the test scores and grades you've achieved no longer matter. Don't be fooled into thinking that the hard work is done because you got good grades in high school. And definitely don't put in your mind that the race is over, even if your grades weren't so great. See, for each and every one of you, the race will be won by how hard you work and how determined you are from this day forward. And as you strive for success, remember that making money is not the definition of success. There's nothing wrong with making money, but money is a byproduct of success and not the definition of success itself. Same could be said for college. 100% of you are going to college. Don't go to college to make money. Don't go to college to get a job. Go to college to learn, to explore, to discover how to make a difference in the world. See, we need you. Boy, Class 2017, CMIT, we need you. We need you to discover the solution for global warming. We need you to address issues of poverty and oppression in America and around the world. And yes, we absolutely need you to bring back civility, democracy, and common sense to Congress and the White House. That's right, graduates, this is the type of success we need. And finally, remember that your success, while hard fought, does not belong to you alone. You stand on the shoulders of your parents, your guardians, your family, your teachers, and others in your lives who have and will share this journey with you. How you live your life and how you share your achievements with your family and community will be a true measure of your character. I'll end with the words of a poem by M. Tumishi St. Julian entitled Sifa, or Praise. that gives powerful advice about how we live our lives well. It goes, "May we always remember those who have gone before us. May we be inspired by their vision and valor. May their lives continue to remind us that service is more important than success, that people are more important than possessions, that principle is more important than power. May whatever we do be shaped and molded by honesty, competence, and commitment. May our children and our children's children carry forth with pride the nobility of our history and tradition. To the Creator of all of us, we dedicate our lives to make this world better and more beautiful." Chesapeake Math and IT Academy, I'm so excited about our future and about your leadership. Go forth and make this world better and more beautiful. Good luck.
Well, good afternoon. And thank you very much for inviting me here for your special day. To the faculty members, family, friends, and most especially the class of 2017 graduating class of Chesapeake Math and IT Academy. It is truly an honor to be here with you today. I want to applaud and congratulate every one of you who are graduating. Your tremendous hard work and dedication has helped you reach this point today. As you prepare to take the next important steps in your education and your lives, you will remember that you received a first-class education here at CMIT. I have no doubt that you stand among the best and brightest in Maryland. And thanks to your excellent team of teachers and mentors, every one of you have the tools that you need to be successful at the next level. My pages are sticking together. Okay. In fact, you're ahead of the game. As Dr. Eubanks said, we need you, and we need young people like you who are interested in pursuing careers in math and information technology. So I have no doubt that your future is very bright. As you prepare to take the next steps in your life, I have some simple advice. One is never stop learning. Continue to expand your skill set. Be inquisitive and explore. I want to also add, pay attention to current events. And don't underestimate the importance of a newspaper. Now, I know that might be a foreign concept, that people don't read newspapers anymore, and old guys like me do, but see, he reads the paper also. You will sometimes find articles and information that you didn't think you were interested in, but it gets your attention. Now in our information age, our internet age, it's very easy to only go to those things that we want to read or we think we're interested in, and we miss out on a lot of important information. But always at the same time, question the information that you're reading. You know, oftentimes, people generally, including our impartial journalists, may have an agenda. You know, all stories have some bias, but keep your eyes open, question, listen to all the arguments, listen to both sides. Life is about exploring and continuously learning. Now, many of my views today are different from what they were when I was in your shoes. Actually, most are very different than what they were when I was in your shoes, and that's what experience brings. In addition, I want to add, don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of the future. You know, when I was in your place, I didn't even consider being an elected official, let alone 4 years ago. And after college, I started in business. I tried a career in banking. Didn't really like it a lot. Found it pretty boring. I wasn't that good at it. And quite honestly, I failed at it. I moved on to technology sales. And that was something that I did very well in. After several years, I decided to make a couple of big changes. I decided to get married and go to law school, in that order. I may enjoy a little bit of stress, but that's what I did. It wasn't until my late 30s that I started getting involved in politics. I know you're saying, boy, how old is this guy? It wasn't until then, my late 30s, that I started to get involved in politics. First at a state and local level, and then at the national. And then in 2013, I received a telephone call asking me to have coffee to talk about something that had some serious political implications. And that changed my life again. Ultimately, it led to me running on the ticket with Larry Hogan for governor and lieutenant governor. And as they say, the rest is history. Now, I don't regret a single moment of that progress, of getting to this point. Working in Annapolis every day and walking into the historic State House, where many prominent leaders have walked before, is truly humbling. My office was once used by Thomas Jefferson and James Madison when the State House was the temporary home of the Continental Congress. If he could see me there now, that would be quite interesting. I'm incredibly honored to serve in that building. And so you never know what your future is going to hold for you. For every one of you, there are going to be peaks and valleys and frustration along the way. And it might be easy to miss how these pieces are all starting to come together. But for me, looking back, all the detours that I had, all the times that I was unsure about my future, unsure about what I wanted to do with my life, they all led me right here, because I was preparing for those opportunities that I could not have imagined when I was sitting in your shoes. And just like you, you're going to be presented with opportunities that you can't imagine today. And don't let anyone tell you that you're not going to have opportunities, because you will. You have them right now. You're going to college. You're going to have opportunities there and beyond, and things that you can't imagine. Just as a side note, when I was a kid, we didn't have plastic trash bags. You know, so you think plastic is not a big deal. We didn't have plastic trash bags. Everything was in a paper bag. So, and there was no such things as a cell phone or the internet or personal computers or laptops or these little computers we carry in our pockets that we call smartphones. So the world is going to be far different in a few years. So I want you to remember these three things when I'm in closing. Never stop learning. Don't be afraid of failure. And remember that you will and you have been preparing for opportunities that are going to be unimaginable today. I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you this afternoon. I want to thank your families, and I think you should too, your families, your friends, and loved ones who've helped you get through this journey. I'm very optimistic about your futures and your next chapters in life as you continue to pursue your dreams and make new dreams. So on behalf of a very powerful and proud state, I want to extend my sincere congratulations to each of you on your graduation today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Eubanks and Lieutenant Governor, for your encouraging remarks. We will now hear from Anthony O. Sandu, our Student Government Association President, who will introduce our salutatorian.
Thank you. Good afternoon, graduates, families, faculty, and other distinguished guests. This afternoon, I have the esteemed privilege of introducing the first ever salutatorian, Carlia Williams-Locks. Throughout her high school career, Carlia has persistently exemplified the virtues CMIT tries to instill in its students: competence, responsibility, and maximizing your potential. Carlia has accumulated several remarkable awards that not only vindicate these virtues, but express her aspiration to become a diabetes medical researcher. Last summer, Carlia completed the 9-week short-term research experience for underrepresented persons, or Step Up internship, sponsored by the National Institutes of Health. This program allows a student to conduct research on many of the most common, costly, and chronic diseases affecting public health. She conducted her research on diabetes at Johns Hopkins University. These past few months, Carlia has also received acceptance letters from 3 Ivy League schools: Dartmouth College, Brown University, and Cornell University. In addition to that, she was also placed on the waiting list for both Harvard University and Stanford University. But despite these acceptances, Carlia plans to take her talents to Baltimore, Maryland, and enroll at Johns Hopkins University, where she will pursue a major in biology. In addition to being granted almost a full scholarship, Carlia was a recipient of the Woodrow Wilson Undergraduate Research Fellowship, which awards $10,000 to conduct a research of her design at Johns Hopkins. And it's a prestigious award that's only obtained by 15 incoming freshmen each year. Carlia has candidly earned the prestigious privilege of delivering the first ever salutatory address by working diligently the past 4 years. And on behalf of all CMIT staff and students, we are proud of her accomplishments and we wish her the best of luck in her future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure and immense honor to introduce the class of 2017's salutatorian, Carlia Williams Locks.
Esteemed guests, it is my honor to stand before you today and speak to you all. As I look before me at the faces of my fellow students, I see CMIT's first graduating class. I can see joy in their eyes and excitement on their faces. But let me tell you, this is not the way their faces look throughout much of the school year. No, our faces were masked by stress, worry, exhaustion, anticipation, and anxiety. Why? All year, we have been worried about our grades, transcripts, letters of recommendations, personal essays for college, writing supplements for college, outside scholarships, application deadlines, waiting anxiety, college acceptances, financial aid, dual enrollment courses, AP tests, regular tests, prom, and graduation, just to name a few. As many of you are well aware, these anxieties were not the sole possession of the students. No, our faculty and our parents have faced these very same anxieties along with us. So I know just about everyone in this audience can relate when I say senior year has put us through the ringer. Countless nights I was up until 3 a.m. just trying to complete homework assignments. But I'm sorry, getting a little sentimental. But look at us. Every single senior at CMIT Academy is graduating and will be attending college next fall. I think that says a lot. So seniors, take a look at where you are. Go ahead, look around you. Before you take your first steps outside these doors as CMIT graduates, take a moment to thank the people who got you here. Thank your teachers who answered all your questions, wrote letters of recommendations, offered clarity on assignments, accommodated you if you had special circumstances, or gave you extra credit. And I improved at one point to get your grade from an 89 to a 90. Thank your administrators, counselors, and faculty who ensured our safety, made sure we all met all of our graduation requirements, helped us get into college, and made sure all CMIT's affairs ran smoothly. Thank your friends who stayed up with you through all hours of the night finishing a project or studying for a test next day, or who made you laugh when you were down. Most importantly, thank your families who have offered you their eternal love, care, and support. All of these people, my fellow seniors, have made you all who you are today. So thank them for that. Because I cannot be more sincere when I say you are all wonderful people. It has been my honor to have known you over these last 6 years. And I, along with everyone else here, am excited to see what you all become. And now I'd like to finish by saying that there is a phrase that we've all used quite a lot over the last few years, especially at the end of each school year or after AP tests and finals. But I think we can all agree that there has never been a more appropriate time to say it than now. So without further ado, CMIT students and faculty, friends and family, and esteemed guests, we have finally made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlia. Fatima Cisse, Senior Class Vice President, will introduce our valedictorian.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, families, friends, and class of 2017. If I were asked, how would I describe the class of 2017? I would say we are creative, innovative, passionate, motivated, but most of all, we are determined to succeed. At first, I didn't really understand what it meant to be the first class. I didn't understand that being the first graduating class of CMIT meant that we would set the standard and clear the way for students to come. During these last 4 years, I've learned that the world will graciously provide you with many obstacles on your way to success. However, the students you see in front of you have not let those obstacles stop them from achieving. Today, we will all receive our high school diploma, and we will all spend our next 4 years in college. When I look at my fellow graduates, I see aspiring musicians, skilled artists, and thinkers and dreamers whose ideas demand to be heard. There is no doubt in my mind that the students in this class will achieve high and be successful. Today, I have the honor of introducing our first ever valedictorian, Ms. Ultimate Petros. Ultimate embodies the pioneering spirit of the CMIT class of 2017. She has received the highest GPA of the class. Ultimate is the president of the class of 2017, and she was the president of the National Honor Society for 3 years. Ultimate was an active member in the college leadership program where she worked towards receiving a congressional award. She has devoted her time volunteering and raising awareness for important causes such as human trafficking. Ultimate was one of the iTech students who graduated from with an associate's degree from PGCC last Thursday. She graduated with honors. Ultimate will be attending the University of Miami, pursuing a bachelor's degree in psychology. The University of Miami awarded her the Keynes Achievement Scholarship. This merit-based award recognizes students for their significant accomplishments inside and outside of the classroom. Please join me in welcoming our valedictorian, Ms. Ultimate Petros.
Okay, so I didn't get nervous until now, but okay. Good afternoon, dignitaries, administrators, faculty past and present, parents, and the class of 2017. I am Ultimate Petros, the valedictorian for the first graduating class of Chesapeake Math and IT Academy North. I am so honored, honestly, I really am. I can't say that enough. But my journey at CMIT has been a long, long road. And I'm sure that my fellow graduates would agree that we started from the bottom and now we're here. For those who aren't aware or may have forgotten, when CMIT first started out in 2011, the students were placed in colleges. So we had Duke, Johns Hopkins, Columbia, Georgetown, Harvard, and Princeton. It seems like just yesterday we entered as eager 7th graders, which is when we were faced with our first defining moment, the earthquake, followed by Hurricane Sandy a week later. That is when we knew that we, the first enrollees of CMIT, were an unstoppable force. By the end of 8th grade, we had toured Harvard and MIT. By the time 9th grade rolled around, we encountered our next milestone, high school, which we had entirely to ourselves. 10th grade was just the year that a lot of things happened and a lot of things changed. So there's no way to just encompass 10th grade into one sentence. But in 11th grade, I moved from Harvard to Princeton, and this was bittersweet because I had been in Harvard for 3 years. So shout out to my Harvard family, you guys know who you are. Yet it was necessary for my climactic trajectory. We spent our 11th and 12th grade time doing what was necessary to increase our GPAs. So we were going on college tours, applying for college and scholarships. And basically our last 2 years were built around preparing for this very moment. Some people know my story and some don't. Long story short, in the words of Maya Angelou, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. I mentioned earlier that 11th grade was a climactic trajectory for me. Merriam-Webster defines trajectory as the path followed by a projectile flying or an object moving under the action of given forces. There were many outside forces that tried to hinder me from reaching my fullest potential. I didn't always have the opportunities that other people had, but I knew that I had to press on and keep moving forward despite that. For example, there came a time during 10th and 11th grade where I had to wake up at 4 a.m. and ride 2 trains and a bus to get to Laurel every morning. And by the way, I like to thank my grandfather for taking me to and from the train station every day. At some point with my various college classes, sleep slowly started to become more of a concept than a reality. And as a whole, my ITech schedule actually prevented me from being up at the school at all or that much this year. And it was really awkward because every time I did come up, the new teachers were like, "Oh, are you a new student here?" And I'm like, "No, I've been here since CMIT was only on that one side of the building." But for years, my mom would tell me that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. We must make a notable first impression so that people will know who we are and know that we grace their presence. My mom has also quoted the scripture that says, "Many who are last shall be first." Well, from my mom's mouth to God's ears, I will be the first person in my immediate family to attend a four-year university. I will be the first valedictorian of CMIT and in my family as well. I was a part of the first graduating class of CMIT and of the iTech cohort, which was a dual enrollment partnership between CMIT and Prince George's Community College, for those who may not know. With these firsts, in the future, when I step foot through the front doors of CMIT's new high school building, the teachers should be able to recognize me. I feel as though coming to CMIT has set us aside or set us apart from the rest. We're like a multifaceted family. Making it through CMIT was a feat in and of itself. To Mr. Brooks, thank you for always having our backs. You'll be truly missed, Grandpa. I'd like to thank both you and Mr. Crystal for being our advisors because our last 2 years here would have been completely dry without you. Ms. Mitchell, thank you for being our teacher mom. You were there to guide us and watch us grow from the beginning to the end. I'd like to give a shout out to all my iTech people in front row. I'll reiterate, it was a long road to get here, but what didn't kill us truly did make us stronger. I'd also like to thank the iTech Mom Squad. You guys know who you are, you can wave. Especially Mrs. Rather, because without them advocating for us and for the iTech students and her tenacity to keep the ball rolling, things could have been completely different, honestly. It could have been completely different. Although administrators, counselors, and teachers have changed 1,000 times over, like family, we endured. We are that unstoppable force I mentioned earlier. It wasn't just luck that we got picked in the lottery and ended up here. And as frustrating as the experience was at times, I know that I received opportunities here that I would not have gotten if I had gone to another school. And for that, I thank God and both my immediate and my church family for their encouragement. I would also like to thank CLF and everyone else responsible for my stressful yet rewarding road to success. Let's not forget that as the first graduating class, we got into some of the best schools in the country and earned over $6 million in scholarships. We set the bar so high, and I couldn't be more proud of us. We have already made quite a name for ourselves. And while we are taking that trip down memory lane, who could forget SIS points and our grades for the Straight Outta Compton and the Walt Whitman essays. As we remember our experiences at CMIT and go off to face new challenges, me going off to the University of Miami to pursue my bachelor's in psychology, and people I've grown to love going to UMBC, UMD, Towson, Penn State, just to name a few. We must not forget that despite us going in different directions, no matter where we are, we will always be that unstoppable force that will be there to pick each other up when there's a tack or a splinter in that proverbial crystal staircase. If a situation arises and you feel like you might want to count yourself out, please don't, because the only thing that you can't do is what you don't think you can. Fellow graduates, this is what we must use to guide us as we go on this journey called life. We are millennials, which means we are not afraid of chaos or mayhem. In fact, we thrive in it. We are an unstoppable force. Trust yourself to reach the finish line, because if you did it here, you can do it anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Ultimate. It is now my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Rashern L. Baker III.
Okay, this is like totally unfair. I have to go past those young people who have spoken here today. Didn't they do a fantastic job? Can we give them a round of applause? Lieutenant Governor, I'm so glad I can't run for county executive again, because I think they're going after my job. I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for being here, Dr. Maxwell, Dr. Eubanks, Councilmember Lehman, Senator Rosapep, that's over there. Can we give them a round of applause for coming out? I won't do like my good friend, Dr. Eubanks, and give shout out to Brooke Wilson, which I could, for helping me get here and campaigning, or to her dad and mom, Ron and Thea. I think you're in here. Can we give the parents a round of applause? And it was so good, they knew I'd be nervous, so, Pastor Lenny Hamlin came along just to make sure I was okay. Thank you, Leonard. Leonard, Ron, and I, it's a good, probably a little break point. Ron Wilson and Lenny Hamlin and I went to Howard together. We have been friends since we were all teenagers, and they have been with me. One of the lessons you'll learn as students here is that the people sitting beside you will be your friends throughout life. You'll go through those peaks and valleys together. And that's an important lesson to learn, because there will be peaks and valleys, as all of your speakers have said. Now, I know as students sitting here, and as parents in the audience, you can't wait for me to give a really long speech, right? No, you want me to be brief. Because the real reason that you're here is for these young people that are before us. So can we give it up for the class of 2017? Can we give them a round of applause? Are they not the best? I'm going to leave you with a few words and get out of your way, because I was sitting where many of the parents are about a week ago. I watched my youngest child graduate from college, something that I did not think would happen. As I was sitting there, like parents are today, I was sitting by myself to take in the moment, and I started to cry. And my son came over to me and he said, "Dad, why are you crying?" And I said, "I'm crying because as I watched her walk across that stage, she looked so much like her mommy. And I thought about how proud her mother and I are of her and her accomplishment that day. And then I cried because I thought about the world that she's walking into, and the difficulties that she will face, and the fact that her daddy and her mommy cannot hold her hand on this journey. This is a journey these young people will travel by themselves. And it frightened me. Then my son said, "Dad, you got no more tuition." But it frightened me. Because those of us, the parents in the audience, know what life has been like. And yes, young lady, it hasn't been a crystal stair. But it's one that you've overcome and one that you will overcome. The words that everyone who stood up here said to you about your education, Dr. Eubanks is correct. Stay hungry. Stay hungry. Do everything you can to learn the craft that you want. Meet as many people as you can that will help you with that. Learn as much as you can. The other thing is find a mentor. Find somebody that shares your passion and your dreams that will give you honest feedback and assessment. It will become important. I wouldn't be where I am today without a mentor. Third, and I think you'll do this, give back. Give back to your school. Come back here and talk to the students who are following behind you. Let them know, because you are the first. You are the first class. Let them know what it was like to birth this high school. Last but not least, stay steadfast. Because as everyone has said up here, and they are correct, you will have times in your life will be extremely difficult. And so what you have to do as young people is remember why you wanted to do what it is you're doing in life. For me, unlike our Lieutenant Governor, whose great story come in here, I wanted to go into public service about the same age as you are. Not because I knew what public service was like, but because of a conversation, and I say it all the time, I had with my dad. When I was about your age, I was 17, and he and I were watching TV, and we were watching a local politician, and as all 17-year-olds are, and I know you're not like this, I was a know-it-all. I knew everything. And so I'm railing against this guy, and my dad is telling me, if you think you can do better, you should run for office. And as a 17-year-old know-it-all, I said, I will show you. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to go out here, I'm going to change the world. That led me to where I am today. I have never stopped trying to let my dad know that at 17 I wanted to change the world, and at 59 I want to change the world. It is holding on to that passion. My dad got to live to see me become a delegate, but only 1 year. As soon as I was elected, my father passed away. And I remember having conversations with him. He never wanted me to go into politics. He never wanted me to go to law school. He was challenging me to get involved because he wanted all of his children, like we want all of you, to be good, productive citizens of this country and to take advantage of all the great opportunities that are before you. Class of 2017, you're off to a great start. God bless you.
We will now present a slideshow of the class of 2017. this time, Mr. Mehmet Gunes, principal of Chesapeake Math and IT Academy, will come forth with brief remarks, followed by the conferring of graduates with Mr. Segun C.U. Banks and Ms. Carolyn M. Boston.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, families, friends. I'm so honored today having our first graduates here. It was a long journey, I know, for all of our students, and everybody made the history today. All of our seniors made the history. We at CMIT know that every experience brings opportunity for growth and learning, whether you are the teacher or student. Every experience is an opportunity to bring about a better you. Through your collective class efforts, a bar now sets higher than anyone could have imagined for future CMIT graduates. Our seniors have made history. I applaud my seniors and entire class graduating today. Each of you makes this 100% high school college graduation rate and 100% college acceptance rate possible. Each individual success makes this collective success attainable. Moreover, your successes pave the way for future students to enjoy ever more opportunities. We will celebrate you, our class of 2017, by boasting your accolades for being first and best. Know that we do so in sincere pride of your personal growth and academic achievements. Here with you, an entire community, because we realize your potential successes attained will be to the benefit of all. We believe in you. You are the successful future everyone wants to see come true. On behalf of faculty and administration of CMIT, we acknowledge and appreciate all the partnerships, opportunities, and support structures that are the foundation to many successes. A true testimony to our support structure is today's audience. We humbly welcome the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Boyd K. Rutherford. We humbly welcome our Honorable Prince George's County Executive Rashawn Baker. Thank you for both addressing our distinguished guests and graduates, and for your continued service, leadership, and support. Gratitude to Prince George's County Council members, the Prince George's County Public Schools Board of Education Chairperson, Dr. Segun Eubanks, Board of Education Vice Chair, Ms. Carolyn Boston, and Senator Rose Pepe, thank you for coming today to our graduation ceremony. I'd like to thank Prince George's County Public School Board's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Kevin Maxwell, and to all our Prince George's County Public Schools leadership and support staff. We value you. Thank you to CLF, the Chesapeake Lighthouse Foundation, which is our brick and mortar for our constant success. Thank you to CLF Board Chair Founder Spear Lancaster and Executive Director Haki Karaman for your energy, insight, vision, and continued guidance. Thank you to our many proud teachers, tutors, coaches, volunteers, and friends here to celebrate. Finally, our superstar parents, congratulations to you and your families. And before conferring of graduates, I want to invite Miss Rudder, one of our superstar parents, on the behalf of all of our parents, superstar parents, to thank her if she is in the room. I'd like to invite her to the stage. Now, everyone was, I know, waiting for this moment. I'd like to invite Dr. Eubanks, Dr. Maxwell. Chesapeake Math and IT Academy Public Charter School is an accredited member of the Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools. I, Mehmet Günes.
I, Carolyn Boston.
I, Segun Eubanks.
Hereby certify that these students have completed the courses required by the Maryland State Department of Education and have met the requirements for a high school diploma. By the powers vested in me, the Board of Education of Prince George's County and the Maryland State Department of Education, I declare this class of 2017 to be the graduates from Chesapeake Math and IT Academy Public Charter School.
Before calling the graduate names, we would like to recognize the students in our iTech program. These 10 students, through immense hard work and dedication, have earned their Information Technology Associate of Applied Science degree from Prince George's County Community College. We would like to also recognize the students in our National Honor Society who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Fatima Aliyah Cisse. Alutayo Olemposi Fawibe. Joseph Cunha Hoke. We're going this way. Michael Benjamin Igo. Chinor Hamza Jallo. Ultimate Jewel Petros. Makeda Adair Carmen Filbert. Micah Brene Rather. Erica Amari Rush. Kellen Vasharn West. Mackenzie Celeste Hernandez. Kayla Monet Makel. Dejan William Redding. Kristen Jada Roy. Alexis Bria Smith. Bria Alexis Smith. Siani Mertis Ward. Vanya Lachey Wilder. Carlia Larissa Williams Locks. Ife Oluwa Joshua Edebisi. Huseo John Ediemi. Lamon Nazu Akar. Ibrahim Idrissa Ba. Makai Daniel Bradley. Jordan Neil Butler. Jamal Obasi Raymond Copeland Harris. Tavia Marie Cummings. Zaria Renee Dexter. John Franklin Ufasu Eba. Lauren Page Ely. Michael David Ford Jr. Bryce Garcia Forrest. Malik William Foster. Summer Alexandra Hardy. Maddie LaShawn Hawkins. Daryl Dion Holder Jr. Alexander Jordan Howell. Akeem Nakenji Hussey. Janae Keisha Johnson. Robert Jamal Joseph. Ethan Alphonse Laurencio. Amy Nicole Marshall. Ashley Nicole Marshall. Kendall Isaiah McKnight. Jaleel Elijah Merriman. Kayla Leslie Middleton. Lorenzo Tyler Middleton. Michael Anthony Miles Jr. Dante Alexander Moncrief. Paul William Newman II. Ashley Nkemka Ohaka. Osai Bovo Omaregbi. Anthony Ifatu Osandu. Na Baki Kwao. Onia Tamer Robinson. Ryan Mina Elise Rochester. Kieran Richard Rockwell. Sanji Josephine Ruffin. Hala Zaina Salih. Visna Nicholas Say. Michael Marnell Smith III. Keith Samuel Tobias Swint Jr. Alexia Michelle Thornton. Jalen Rashawn White. Malaysia Amari White. Avery Alexander Wilson. Brooke McKenna Wilson. Kasia Marie Wilson.